Yo, what's happening? Oh man, it is it's episode 129. Episode 129. A wonderful episode of the Standing A podcast. Yeah, this one is for the ages right here, baby. We about to get down into it. Too hype. We're gonna get right into it. What's going on? You see who we got around here. We got Tiffany Daniels, the first lady of boxing. We got Ringside Ruiz in the building. Yep, we got Courtney the Bird Brown Sugar. And we got Gary Kittles for 3D Boxing. Hey, y'all know who I am. I'm Tommy Rush, Standing A Podcast. This is a once in a lifetime deal right here, and we about to get down into that shit. So we already know what the business is. We know what we're here for today. We about to recap Canelo Crawford, once in a lifetime, Vegas, baby. 3-time undisputed. Allegiant Stadium. Man, who wants to go first, man? Hey, I'm ready to get right into this shit. So we're going. No, you know what,
Steve-O, what's up?
Hey, we got special requests. We got special requests in the building. Kilo, Steve-O, Ringside Ruiz in the building. Hey, we're gonna go right to you, baby. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna give you your time right now. We already know what it is. We know what it's gonna be. So we're going to give it to you first, sir.
All right. Well, I'm here. And look, as somebody that enjoys the finest and the finest of dining, no problem eating cold crow, whether you all serve it hot, cold, whatever it is, I'm here to eat it because we watched a tremendous fight between two GOATs, right? So really, you couldn't go wrong picking either way. Everybody just like we thought. It was going to be a tremendous fight, and whatever happened, whoever won was going to display some great boxing ability, and that is what we saw. Bud Crawford went out there and boxed tremendously. I have to give him the utmost respect, and like I said, I'm here to give flowers, like 1-800-flowers.com, whatever it is I need to do, because I'm not one of those fans that say, well, Canelo was old, well, Canelo was this, Canelo was that. Look, I rock with my guy. He didn't have it. It didn't go good. So I was extremely impressed with Bud's boxing ability. The questions going in were, could he take Canelo's punches? He could. The answer was yes. Would he be able to adapt to the weight? He did. The answer was yes. And would he be able to take Canelo's punch? And like I said, the answer was yes. Bud Crawford boxed beautifully. He boxed on the outside. He exchanged in the pocket. And when he exchanged, he got the better of those exchanges, landed cleanly. I was there live with Tommy Rush. It was a tremendous event. So again, no excuses, nothing here. It's just the better man won that night, and that's all there is to it. So any of the Bud fans, they're more than welcome to take the heat because Bud went out there and did his thing. So all my hats off to him. But like I told these people pre-live, it's like Hagler Hearns, right? If you're for Hagler, it doesn't mean you hate Hearns. If you're for Tommy Hearns, doesn't mean you hate Hagler. It's just you had two greats going at it and somebody had to lose. Minus if it could have been a draw, and I bet that just in case it would have been nice, but we're only a round away or 2 rounds away from that. But again, hats off to Bud Crawford. He did his thing.
I got a question for Kilo, y'all. Do you think it should have been wider on the scorecards, in your opinion?
So to answer your question, I definitely think you wouldn't be wrong if it was Bud by a way bigger margin. But all's well that ends well in Vegas, especially in boxing, to where they could have said a draw. And I think a lot of us hardcore boxing fans would have been like, oh yeah, Vegas did its thing and got the draw like they did for Canelo Triple G1, right? However, whether it was Bud by 2 or Bud by 5, it was Bud. So to me, I could see it being wider, but also the right man won, so I wasn't as pressed.
Okay. All right. Respect that to you, bro. Gary.
Look, all's well that ends well. Bud got the win. The scorecards are egregious. It needs to stop. It has to stop. That's disgusting. They tried to rob Crawford. Just like, do you remember CJ Ross had Floyd and Canelo 114, 114? It used to always be there was one judge that really liked Canelo. Now there are 3 judges that really like Canelo. The fight was a draw on the scorecards after 10 rounds. Canelo basically quit and ran out the clock in the 11th. Little did he know, it was even on the scorecards. It's always this. This is not LeBron getting the whistle in the fourth quarter. This is not Mahomes getting a questionable, roughing the passer penalty. This is egregious. This is disgusting. Like that fight in 7 rounds. I gave the first round to Canelo in a toss-up round. Every other round I gave to Crawford. Canelo won the first and a round where I thought he pressed the action, landed a couple of nice shots. Toss-up round. The 5th and the 9th you could have given to Canelo. You can't have it any closer than 9-3. How come every single judge did? I did a poll on my channel. Most people had him winning between 0 and 2 rounds, anywhere from 120 to 108 to 117 to 110 with the acceptable scorecards. None of the judges had an acceptable scorecards, and it's always in Canelo's favor. How is that possible? I digress, though. Let me give my kudos to Terence Bud Crawford. It's high time now that we start mentioning Crawford as one of the all-time great. It's not just the accolades, 3-time undisputed, and no one was 2-time undisputed before him. Now he's done it 3 times in 3 different weight classes, undefeated, but just the brilliance, like him standing in the pocket, catching and shooting with Canelo. It was one of the most beautiful things I'd ever seen. Like when boxing is done right, it's beautiful, and that's exactly what Crawford did. He didn't do it running. He didn't do it with holding. He just boxed beautifully in all 3 distances. I thought he was going to be way more off the back foot, and he didn't. I mean, he was at times, but he beat Canelo any which way, right? It was like a Kobe Bryant 40-point game. It's like, do you want it in the mid? Do you want me to take it to the basket? Do you want me to drain some threes? I'll give it to you however you want it, but you got to let me know how you want it. Crawford pitched a masterpiece in all 3 distances. It was one of the catching and shooting he did in the pocket was like some of the most brilliant catching and shooting I'd ever seen. He clicked. Like that is a performance that you expect from a 28-year-old Crawford, not a 38-year-old Crawford. It was an A+ performance from Crawford. And it turns out he needed every single round to eke out a decision because the judges were against him. But that was, I mean, it's an A+ performance. It's 100. It's 10 out of 10. It's a perfect 10. There's nothing Crawford could have done better.
Man, one of the things that you mentioned, I'm trying to hold a little bit of mine because I'm gonna go around. But one of the things that you mentioned there was shooting that gap, like standing in the pocket, and how he was able to do that. If you really notice, it was more the footwork that he was controlling of Canelo's, and that is something that's like it's super powerful. And it was like it. When you talk masterpiece and that master class that was put on, the way he was able to control Canelo's footwork and keep him in them spots and stand in there and be comfortable to shoot that in that pocket like that and not even move back like that, man, it was flawless. Tiff.
I'm just gonna say what I've been saying for I don't know how long. Before they even announced this fight, I had Bud. I had him from the beginning, not because he's one of my friends, but because I believe in him. I believe in his skills. He's been my favorite fighter for the past 15 years, and I believe in his skill set. And I don't know if you guys ever had the pleasure of meeting this guy. And shout out to Johan, new subscriber, by the way. You put it up on the screen. Shout out to him or her. But if you guys ever had the pleasure of meeting this guy, he is the absolute most competitive person I've ever met in my life. Like everything is a competition, every single thing. I had one of the guys. We were at a funeral, and a guy came up to us and told Bud, "My girlfriend plays at the WNBA." He said, "Let's go to the court. I'm about to dunk on her ass." I mean, a girl. We had a funeral, and he's like, "I'm gonna dunk on her." He's telling everybody it's the mentality that he has. He's a dog, man. And when he was in camp, they was calling me and was like, "We making history. We're gonna make history." He's doing some shit that they ain't never seen, that Canelo's not gonna be ready for. And he had a lot of people against him. Like A lot of people kept bringing up his chin. He's gonna get knocked out. He's gonna get knocked down. All of these things, and he had to go in against the critics. I don't know if you guys listen to Max Kellerman. Man, that dude was waiting for him to get hit by Canelo. Man, that dude is. I can't take Max Kellerman. He was against the crowd. I was there. Tommy was there. It was 80. How many people? 80,000 people there, and 79,900 was Canelo fans. I'm a Canelo fan. But it was so many Canelo fans in there. It was outrageous. I mean, we were surrounded by them. And it was kind of like, oh my God. It was an experience that I hope anybody can have an opportunity. Even after Canelo fights again, he's one of my favorite fighters to go to a fight because the energy is electric there. This is like my fourth Canelo fight. He just so happened to be fighting my boy, and the better man won. I knew he was going to do it. I wish Mike Gomes was here because he was going to bet 5 racks.
Hey.
I think he told me he bet 2,000 instead of 5,000. But we got the dub. I'm super excited for him. I'm proud of him. And if you guys are near Omaha next week, he's going to be celebrating. We have a big parade and a big celebration for him over in Omaha. So make sure you pass through.
Yeah. That's what's that? That's on the 27th, right? Is that when it is? 27th? Yeah. Parade on the 27th. Going to show out. Definitely the Burt Brown Sugar. Kick that shit, bro. What's happening?
Man,
how you feeling?
I have so much to say, and I think everybody who tunes into the show knows that I have the wind to say it, as Steven likes to point out. And before we kick this, man, I believe Steven, being the Canelo fan that he is, and me being a Canelo fan also, and acknowledging that and having that one few common threads with Steven, I just want to say that he has shown remarkable grace and candor and professionalism in his comments and his viewpoints. And I want to kick this off by saying it got testy between me and Steve last episode. We're both passionate. We both love getting under each other's skins. I think I took a little too much of the bait last time. And, as I've been told, that my behavior and how I reacted to that does not reflect the changes that I've tried to make in my life. So, Steve, hey, I just want to offer you an apology for last episode. Hopefully, we can be better and do better next time, and I can take a bigger ownership and part of that. So, hey, I love you, bro. But I'll say this too: is before I think we're all going to sufficiently give Bud his flowers. The thing I noticed in that fight, I've never.
Did we lose him?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Did we lose him?
Oh, I thought that was me.
I was trying to figure it out. Like, did I freeze? No. So I think we might have lost Courtney right now. He might be. He's probably gonna come in. He's gonna be going full steam. Watch in a couple of seconds. 2. No. So while we wait for Courtney, I'll jump in here with my. So one thing. Let me jump back. So, like I said, I was holding back on some things. So going back to some of the stuff that Gary said, right? We talked about the scorecard. I feel you, Gary. I feel you on that shit because just like Tiff, hey, been Bud, been saying Bud, been knowing it was gonna be Bud, but I also know where this fight was at. I know that it was in Vegas. I know that Vegas is Canelo heavy. And so I already knew what the game was. So I was already counting on, and even though I was like, yeah, Bud's gonna do this shit, man. Like he literally said, he quoted it. Give me about that year and a half or whatever. Let me get acclimated to the weight, and I'm game. And just like Tip said, he's super competitive. He ain't gonna say that if he don't mean it. If he ain't already got the game plan, if he ain't already half-ass tested that shit out. Like he was ready, he was prepared. and to see what he was able to actually get in there and do, I already knew that he had that uphill battle. So I was running around saying, yeah, I know Bud, but split draw. I had a feeling. So, and we were one round.
Think about this, Tommy.
One.
If Crawford doesn't go out and fight the 12th round, instead he says, "I'm up 10 rounds to 1. I'm just going to chill in the 12th round." Right?
They told him in the 10th. They told him in
Yeah.
the 10th in the corner. They told him, you got to win both of these rounds. They were counting it.
It's not okay anymore. Like
No.
I put a bet on a draw too. I made two. I put a parlay with the fight to go the distance, but I made two individual bets. Crawford on points, which hit plus 210, and then I also bet on a draw because I knew this was going to happen.
Exactly.
I knew the scorecards were going to be way too close.
Yes.
In the Bivol fight, you could argue there were some close rounds, especially early, and you could get to a close scorecard. There's no arguing that in this fight. This fight was never close. This fight was never close.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't, man. And so, like that right there, I already knew what the game was. I already knew it was going to be Las Vegas. Exactly. I already knew what it was going to be. And, you know, we were one round away, like one swing round away. And one, I'm a Canelo fan round away, you know, one whatever away. But even Canelo said it, man. Like, you know, and said it to his most favorite supporters and his most favorite media members. Like, we gotta accept the loss. You know, Kilo Stevo, he's accepting the loss. He's recognizing what it is and saying, "Hey, this is what it was." But Vegas couldn't do that shit. They were still about to try to pull that shit out. But Bud, hey, he beat the odds. And he beat the odds. So,
Tommy,
you know
look,
what I'm saying?
We all knew he lost. That wasn't in your section. It was crickets.
Yes.
Like the Canelo fans were quiet. That's how you know he lost. Like we all knew he lost. And I told the people in my row, like, they better not cheat my boy going in when they was ready to do the decision. They better not cheat him. But everybody knew he lost. The whole stadium. They were sitting there. It was quiet as hell in there, except for us.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm a professional judge. I rock with Steve Weisfeld, man.
Yeah.
He's a smart guy. He knows his shit. I rock with him.
Mm-hmm.
He teaches a lot of classes. I don't know about the other sports. It was not that close at all. I don't know what was going on.
Tiffany, it's not a coincidence that every judge forgets how to score, but only in Canelo fights and only for Canelo. Like, it's not making any sense anymore, right? Like, it's not like there's questionable rounds, the fights are close. He lost every damn round in that fight. He wasn't even competitive in that fight. And somehow it's 15-13. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he did everything. Everything. Muscled him, everything. Like, grabbed him, spun him around, showed him you're not even about to big boy me. I'm about to grab you and move you over here. I'm gonna control your footwork. I'm gonna stand right in your face and move and pop you right here and not even go nowhere. I'm gonna make you get frustrated. I'm gonna jab you to death and make you just throw a hissy fit and walk around like, what the fuck is going on? Like that's literally what we saw. That's what everybody saw.
I don't want to damper a great night. Crawford won. Crawford got the decision. So Steve's right in the sense that all's well that ends well. The right guy won.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely.
And the only thing that I'll add to this is not brand new in boxing.
Right.
Everything that I always hear Canelo haters say, this is where I will stick up for Canelo. Everything that I hear Canelo haters say, we act like we didn't see it with De La Hoya. We act like we didn't see it with Floyd Money Mayweather.
We did.
Stop, Gary. De
La Hoya got robbed. Look,
to that level, I don't know.
He got robbed blind against Trinidad. Robbed blind.
But Gary, but in boxing, we always just saw Floyd always give fair shakes and stuff like that for those judges. Castillo, that was a fair shake. You know what I mean? Like, let's stop pretending like Canelo came into boxing and all of a sudden judges are weird.
No. Look, Canelo fought Floyd. And I had it 10 rounds to 2. Floyd. One of the judges had it 6-6. CJ Ross, he never scored again. You can go check her box rec. CJ Ross has never scored a fight since he scored Canelo and Mayweather 114-114. I was in San Diego with my wife. We were in a Mexican bar watching that fight. It was like the 8th round, and all the Canelo fans were making their way for the exit. Right? It's like no person on planet Earth thought Canelo won more than 3 rounds in that Floyd Mayweather fight. Somehow CJ Ross has it 6-6. Look at the scorecards on the Cotto fight. Cotto arguably won that fight. It was 119-109 and 118-110 twice. Who's scoring these fights, Steve? I can't blame Canelo for that. He's not the judge. But who is scoring these fights? 119-109, 118-110 against Cotto? Cotto won 5 rounds in that fight.
That's what I'm saying. We can't act like Canelo was the first one in boxing to get the favorable decisions. Everybody's got their own agenda because we have the boxing side and we always have the business side of boxing. And those two don't always line up. That's all I'm saying.
I'll say this, Steve. What I don't like, and what I'll stick up for Canelo is all of a sudden that he's lost. Now he's old, he's washed up, he's less experienced than what he was when he fought Floyd Mayweather. All this bullshit that people are saying is BS. They're trying to discredit the man. It was just 2 good fighters fighting each other, and the best fighter won that night. That's all it is.
Yeah. Hey, let's go back to Courtney because I know we caught the disconnect. Courtney, what was you saying? And hey, rock out, man.
I say this. I don't think we've seen Canelo look that good in a few years. You know, and this is the issue. You can't chalk it up to Canelo being past prime, Canelo waking up in silk pajamas and not have that motivation to win the fight and to compete at this level. I think we saw Canelo. This version of Canelo that wanted to win a fight this bad and basically do it for everything, for legacy, for country, and all that, and just couldn't get the job done. Crawford was too perfect. He was too perfect that night in terms of him matching up against Canelo and what Canelo does well and what he needed to do as far as the game plan, as far as being able to fight at all 3 ranges. Just that was just a masterclass performance from Crawford, and that performance and that skill set he showed in that is completely commiserate with the accomplishment. And if there was ever a performance where somebody turned in and put the exclamation point on the claim that they are the greatest of their era and that they have a case for being the all-time great, Crawford, but he did it that night and did it emphatically. And this is the thing that's telling too is I'm of the personal opinion that the only person that has ever beat a prime Canelo is Bivol. I think Floyd got Canelo when he was undercooked, and I think Bud beat a version of Canelo that is past prime. But I'll say this too is Bud is 38 years old, 3 years older than Canelo. The case can be said that Bud is past prime too. And I think that's the encapsulating thing about professional boxing and professional sports in general is you can not be what you once were and can still turn in a performance like we saw on Saturday. That is just crazy.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that to your point, it is a good point. Like you say, Floyd got him when he was undercooked. I'll say what I tend to stick by on that one is Floyd got him, and I won't even say it was undercooked. I think the dish was served early, to be honest, because if you really go back into that time, like Floyd pounced on it, and everybody thought that he was actually going to duck Canelo at that time. Like that was the talk, that he was going to duck him, and so like I think that the masses actually felt that he was right at that ripe area, And Floyd just knew that he wasn't. He was just wise enough to say, "Yeah, I'm gonna do exactly what we saw Crawford do right now, right? To use that IQ to outsmart him and just do what they knew that they could do." So I do think that this version was a I would say a better version. And then also I would agree with you, Courtney, and say that I'd say that Bivol probably did fight the best version of Canelo, just catching him right in that realm. But I mean, this one's definitely not too far off. And I don't want to take anything away from what Bud was able to accomplish in the ring today, because I think that, again, that, like, to Tiff's point, that is a lot of what we're starting to see, right? A lot of fans are starting to try to make that excuse and say, oh well, even that viral post that's going around about what Crawford did, and oh well, Canelo had to do this to accomplish this, and he, all of that shit. It's like, no, this dude is actually just that fucking good, and he was able to neutralize a great. And that's just what it is. And Real got to be able to recognize Real when it comes down to that. He was able to go up the weight classes. He was able to defy the odds. He was able to do what the old age saying Max Kellerman was spewing, the bigger man and all of that. Like, he was able to defy all of that. And he said that he would be able to do it. And he did it with his smarts, with his background, with his wrestler strength, with his grit, with his competitiveness, like all of that. He was able to make that happen with his dedication and his training. And so, like, it is kind of hard to say, well, did Bivol? Because, hey, was he just that masterful to make it actually look like it was this big cliff that was a fall off here? One thing that I will say is, what do we think? And I'm gonna ask you, each of you, when it comes down to this type of a comparison, right? We're talking Floyd, we're talking Bud. Which version of which fighter was the better fighter that fought Canelo? Courtney, go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna say, man, that's very loaded. But I'll say this. I'll reiterate this again. I think Bivol is the only one who beat. I think Bivol beat the best version of Canelo. I think Floyd's performance against Canelo was the most masterful, because he didn't take any shot. He didn't take any shots. He didn't get landed on. He barely even got touched. He barely even broke a sweat in doing it. I think the most emphatic performance against Canelo was what we just saw Bud turn in, because Bud stood in the pocket. There was this narrative throughout the run up to this fight that Crawford was going to run, and he did the opposite. He stood in the pocket. He catched and shot. When Bomac said, "Hey, he's about to go wide, get in his chest," he was right there, nose to nose with Canelo, and was taking him to give him. So I think Bud turned in the most aesthetically pleasing boxing performance against Canelo. But I think the most impressive overall performance was with Floyd. But the best performance too is Bivol, because that was Canelo at the peak of his powers. So that's my opinion.
All right. Who wants to get in there next? Who's feeling it?
Let Steve talk about who beat his guy's ass the best. Go ahead, Steve.
I'm just gonna say I agree with Courtney.
So I think what I like about it is Canelo is that dude that everybody loves to hate and everybody likes to love, right? So, like Gary, right? All these fans are coming in and they're dancing on the grave because you don't get to do it too often. So I appreciate the fact that Canelo's been that dude for so long, because Canelo's been the face of boxing for quite some time. So this is what I'll say. I'll lead it up. Floyd fought an underweight Canelo, and an inexperienced Canelo. So I don't give Floyd, even though he looks tremendous against Canelo, I don't give Floyd the best beating of Canelo because Floyd fought a weight-drained Canelo and a 21-year-old Canelo. And a lot of people are forgetting this, and even right now, that Floyd tried to fight Canelo when he was 18 years old. But Eddie Reynoso said, don't do it right now. We can make way more money if we do it later. So then they thought they thought they could get it at 21 and they were still too young, a la Teofimo and Lomachenko, right? So that's why I don't give Floyd the best beatdown of Canelo. Bivol, I also don't give the best beatdown of Canelo because Bivol beat a smaller Canelo because Canelo's not a true 175, right? So he fought him at 175. Canelo really wasn't 175. Yeah, he fought Kovalev, but that wasn't the best Kovalev that fought Andre Ward and different guys like that. Also, after that fight, Canelo had a hand injury, and he never said it was because of that, but that's just the fact. So why I come to the last man there, Bud. Bud truly fought Canelo at 168. Canelo, fully IQ in the mind, where there's no excuse there. Canelo said in a post-fight interview, I tried different stuff, and I couldn't figure him out. So when you have a Rhodes Scholar in the boxing game saying, I couldn't figure that man out, that tells me that Bud also is a high-level 3D chess player that I'm just better than you. And the only knock I would say on Bud's win, even though I feel like he had the best win, was that fight. As a Canelo fan, lifelong Canelo fan, that's where I saw some slippage. His legs didn't really look there. It didn't look like he was sitting in the pocket to try and throw. It just there was one time I thought he hyperextended his leg, like when he fought Austin Trout. It did a weird thing where his knee got up. So out of Floyd, Bivol, and Bud, those are all my reasonings why Bud, to me, had the best win over Canelo.
Hey, it's love to hate the love, man. If you're gonna steal my tagline, you got to use that right, bro.
but I like, that's why I layered it the way I did. Canelo was young when he fought Floyd, and that wasn't his weight class. He got weight drained all the way down. They didn't fight at 150. What did they fight at?
It was a catch.
Yeah, it was a catch weight.
152.
Yeah, it was 152.
152.
And after that, Canelo said, I'll never do that to my body again in interviews. So that's why I say nothing against.
4 catch weights after that fight?
But not where Canelo was going down.
Floyd is also on wax saying that Canelo's team were the one who came with the proposal of 152. They brought that to the table.
Even still.
Pull him up.
Hey, because let's be real about Floyd, though. He fought Cotto at the full 154, and in the run-up to that, he said, I didn't want to do a rehydration. I didn't want to do a catch weight. I wanted Cotto to be completely comfortable.
But that's what I'm saying. Don't take it away from Bud. Don't take it away from Bud. Bud fought him at 168, and Bud gave no excuses. That's why Bud's win is over those, because Floyd and Canelo went over the weight class, and Canelo was like, nah, I shouldn't have done that. Bud said, hey, no excuses. We will go at 168. No, it is what it is. He got laughed at when they said no rehydration clause. We were like, bro, don't do that. He did it. So that's why I give Bud all the flowers over a Bivol or a Floyd, because, again, with the weight, I want the best. Like, if somebody's fighting Tommy, and you're like, Tommy, what do you weigh? And Tommy's like a solid 185, right? I don't want to fight Tommy at 160, and I don't want to fight Tommy at 205. I want to fight him where he says he's the best, and that's what Bud did. He fought him at his weight, and there was no excuses.
It's an ass cupping either way.
Hey, I want to do a quick redirect. Just on the point with Bivol also, though, is I think we also need to be mindful that with what you said about Bivol and Canelo not being a natural 175 pounder, which is true, but when the issue of the rematch came up, Bivol said, I want the rematch at 168 for all of Canelo's belts.
Yep.
And that's where the discussion ended.
Stopped it.
And that leads me to believe that with Bivol, it wasn't necessarily a weight or a size issue. That was that, and listen to the thing, we're all boxing fans. We've all seen Bivol operate. That was more than just somebody weight bullying or leveraging size or height or weight right there. But you know what I'm saying, that footwork and that hand speed that Bivol, and the combination of that Bivol brought, that was I think Canelo in terms of like that with the rematch, and it's like, yo, 168, and I got all that to lose, and I'm going up against that.
But we can't go off of what ifs. I'm just saying Bivol and Canelo did fight at 175.
That wasn't a what if though. That wasn't a what if. Bivol was like, yo, we can do that. We can run this at 168.
We could.
That's when the conversation stopped.
We could, but they didn't. I'm saying factually, Bivol got Canelo at 175, not where Bud just fought him. Floyd got Canelo.
I see what you're saying, but I just bring that up to mention, you know, yeah, there's woulda, shoulda, coulda, but when you're saying I want the rematch, and then the other guy who's saying he wants the rematch says, okay, I'm trying to rematch you at your division, and then you say no. That leads me to believe that it wasn't that the size and weight that didn't play as much of a factor in that as that narrative holds.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying there, because this one kind of goes into the same. So here we go, right? This one kind of goes into the same stream, right? This goes a little bit into the Spence Crawford stream, and how that played out, right? With the rematch, and what weight is it going to be at, and all of the negotiations, right? Because to Steven's point is, like you said, all right, well, the fights that actually happened at these weights. We danced. This is what happened. We got out of those fights. We talked about this stuff, and this came out, and this was the dance outside of the ring, and it didn't happen. So to Courtney's point on that, all right, well, what does that say? You know, now, yes, we can speculate into it because it didn't happen, to Steven's point of, well, we can say what happened, but we don't know necessarily. So there's some lawyer ball in some of that a little bit, but the facts do remain the same as well. That was something that was put out there. I will say that. Like, I do agree with that. He did say that, and he said, "I'll fight him. You know, I'll fight him at that weight class because he's the champion in that weight class, and I don't want nothing else to it. So I'm gonna fight him at his weight class where the belts are at, and now we're gonna see what's up." And it didn't happen for whatever reason. We want to say whatever, pie in the sky. It was duck. It didn't happen. It was whatever. It didn't happen, but it didn't happen, and it was a willing. So whoever was not willing, we can go from there on that part. But I do understand what you're saying as well, Stephen, on that side of he got him at the weight class that he got him at, and we didn't see anything at that other weight class. So, you know, we can say what we want until we actually see it happen. Because same thing like what we're talking about today, right? There, you know, Tip said 99.9% of that building was Canelo fans that knew what we was gonna see. And after that fight, I mean, it wasn't even the ones that liked to fight after Canelo lose that was around. I mean, it was strict. I mean, Kilo Stevo, he was eating the humble pie, but he was out there. He was literally like damn near the lone wolf, like he is any other time on Boxing Ruckus. He the lone wolf out there, just shooting that shot. He stood his ground and he stood the bullets. But there, I mean, hey, Courtney, you know, you've been in these fights, these Canelo fights. You know how it is after we come out these fights, man. Like, none of them was around, and this was Vegas, bro. They
were storming out.
Yeah, I mean,
I have been jumped after a Canelo fight. Yo.
Hey, I wasn't about to say it. But seriously, dog.
I'm gonna keep it real. Hey, I was assaulted in the AT&T Stadium parking lot, yo, just walking in my car, yo.
Like, hey, after these Canelo fights,
yeah, and Canelo wasn't even fighting a black dude. You know what I'm saying? He won. Like, yo, it's like, yo, what's up? What's up with that, yo?
I forgot to tell y'all too. When I got to my seat, it was Canelo fans sitting in my seat.
Oh shit!
And I had like a row, and I'm like, "Hey, you in my seat?" She's like, no, I'm not. I'm like, yeah, you are. Like, so we start going back and forth, and they start getting loud until they see like I had a group of people with me. Like the lady, I'm like, hey, it's gonna be Canelo Crawford in the stands right now. So she gave us a little watch thing. They took all the books and shit and the watches. So I'm like, okay, the bracelets. So I'm like, you took the stuff, so you got to run it back. And she was like, what? Wherever your seat is, that's where I'm going. And so she's like, okay. We get over there. So she's looking at me. So my nephew's behind me. I thought we was gonna fight. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Like I thought it was gonna be a fight.
The undercard.
Yeah.
Attitude. And then my sister's like, is everything okay? I'm like, man, it's okay. She ended up giving us stuff, but it was crazy. She made a mess in our area, like threw popcorn, like peanuts down and stuff. Like,
oh shit.
It was bad. It was bad. My bad. Sorry.
It was about to be the first lady of boxing in the stands, boy.
One of my amateurs from Cincinnati was standing right there too. Like he just happened to be there and was in my section. It would have been bad. It would have been all bad.
Yeah. No, that wouldn't have been a game. That wouldn't have been a game. We would have seen some forecasting going on. Oh shit. Hey, so the big question that's out there, right? What's next? You know, what do we feel is next for Canelo? What do we feel is next for Crawford? You know, give us your takes. Tiff, where you at with it? Give us your takes on what you think for both fighters.
All right. If they both don't retire, I say Canelo either does a rematch with Bud, which I mean, I don't feel like it's gonna be any different, but rematch him, at least to get his belts back potentially, or I know he won't do it. I feel like Turkey's kind of setting him up to fight Hamza Shiraz. I feel that way. I'm not sure if that's gonna happen, but to somebody's point, Benavidez has always been on the list. I'm not sure if he'll do that. If I was Bud and I was his manager, I will only go after 3 fights. Canelo, Jake Paul, or Floyd Mayweather. If I couldn't get any of those, I'm not fighting nobody else. I'm going after money now, not after legacy. He cemented his legacy. He made history in 3 different weight divisions. Yes, he can go back down to 60 or 54 and maybe potentially become 4 times undisputed. But how long is that going to take? You know, like the easiest way, and I think he said he wasn't going to go back down to 54 to fight Boots. So I doubt he'll go back to 54 to fight. You know, see what happens with Thurman and Sebastian, because Sebastian has 2 belts. So I think is it 1 vacant belt? Sebastian has 2, and then Murtazaev has 1. I think that's what it is in the 154. So potentially that, but I doubt if he's going to try to go for 4 times undisputed. I would go for the money. So I'll say Jake Paul, Canelo, or Floyd. That's what's going to give him the bag.
All right. What? Okay, so same respects. What do you see happening for Canelo? Yeah. Oh.
Canelo, like I said, either I have a feeling like if he doesn't retire, if I was him, I would retire. Dude is rich. He don't have nothing else to prove in boxing. I would go play golf. He gonna go be a professional golfer right now and make just as much, make millions. But if he's going to fight, I think Turkey said something about him having 2 fights left on Riyadh season, right? I think he said he got 2 fights in 2006. One? Okay. I have a feeling he's going to set him up with Shiraz. I feel like that's an easier fight for him than fighting David Benavidez, but that's the fight everybody wants. I would love to see him fight him. I still feel like he's still too small for Benavidez. I feel that way. I feel like Canelo's is a small frame guy. I feel like he never belonged at 68. He definitely didn't belong at 175, but he was there. So I feel like him fighting David Benavidez at 168, 175, I really just don't want to see it. I feel like there's no reason for it, but people are going to want that fight. But I got a feeling it's going to be Hamza Shiraz.
Okay. All right. Courtney, what you thinking, man?
All right, I want you to put me on wax.
Let's go.
For what I'm about to kick. I want you to put me on wax.
Kick that shit.
Because this is how I see this going down. As far as Canelo is not going out on a loss. Also, Canelo has lost before. He's like, he lost 2 times before this. Canelo has been in this game and has seen that he can take an L, and there is still a jackpot of gold at the end of the rainbow. That happened against Floyd. It happened against Bivol. It's going to happen now. And also, Canelo has also said he's going until he's 37. So that's 2 more years. That's 4 more fights. That's 2 more Cinco de Mayos and 2 more Mexican Independence Days. I think what happens is that I agree with Tiff. I think the writing on the wall is that Turkey is already lining him up to fight against Shiraz. And the thing is, that fight does big numbers. Shiraz is of Pakistani descent. He is a Muslim. That fight can happen in the Middle East. That fight gets prime viewership in a country like Pakistan that has well over 100 million people. Canelo's also said it's been one of his aspirations to fight over in the UK. That fight can be a stadium fight over in the UK. And I'm sure the UK fans would love to embrace Canelo from the history standpoint of having it over there. And I think that's where it's lining up next to go with Canelo fighting Shiraz, and then from there, getting at least one of the belts back at 168 when the dust settles between Lester Martinez and Christian Mbili. And both of those guys stylistically are made to order for Canelo because they come forward. And we all know that if Canelo is still one thing, it's still a masterclass boxer, puncher, counterpuncher. As far as Bud goes, we will not see him at 168. We will not see him fighting Benavidez at 168 or 175. And we're not going to see him go back down to 154 because 154 is too fragmented right now. I think what we will see is that Bud is going to try to make history and put and basically do a Haley's Comet to do some stuff that we will never see again in our lifetime, and that's be 4 times undisputed in 4-weight divisions. And his path to doing that is fairly easy. You have Janibek Alamkuli, who has 2 belts at 160. You've got Adames, who has a belt, and we've got Irislandi Lara, who has a belt. What could easily happen is Bud can go over to the Middle East and fight Janibek, and Adames and Lara can fight each other on the undercard. The winner of that is, that's a fight that the winner that merges. That's a fight for all 4 belts. That can be very easily done in 2 fights, and I think it's a very viable option that we see Bud go that route.
Whoa!
Like I said, put me on wax. Put me on wax with
shit, son. Whoa! Okay. All right. Hey, 3D, holla at us, man.
So I think he's gonna vacate all the belts at 68, gonna go down to 60, get the strap at 60. I think it's gonna be Lara first, because Laura's on an age limit. I think it's a sexy fight. Like Crawford, Lara, that's one for the ages. Like it's IQ versus IQ. Let's just see it. Crawford wins that and then goes on to Janibek. For Canelo, all the belts at 68 are going to be vacant again. So I think they make either him and Hamza for a belt or him and Mbili for a belt. So I think Canelo's going to fight again at 68, and it's going to be for a vacant belt. I know Mbili has an interim belt, right? So my guess is going to be Mbili, but it could be Hamza. But he's going to fight one of those 2 guys for one of the now vacant belts that Crawford left behind. So that would be my guess. Crawford goes down to 160, fights Lara, and then Canelo stays at 68 and fights for a vacant belt, probably against Mbili.
Okay. Ringside, where you at, baby? Tell me what you feeling.
Sorry, I had to go back the other way. Some of these guys are touching on a lot of good stuff that I am feeling. One is, I forget who said it already. Canelo's not retiring on a loss. Like whether it was a big name or no name, Canelo, I feel like same thing, a winner. He's not retiring on a loss I don't feel like any boxer really should if they can control it. But I do know that we talk about it all the time. There's me, and then there's the boxing side, and then there's the business side of boxing. And we all saw, like on the undercard, if whatever Turkey wants, he's pretty much going to get because he's got that money right now. Where I feel like Canelo does fight Shiraz, but I feel like he fights him in the UK because I think Canelo said he's always wanted to fight in the UK, Japan, and Mexico and different places. And everywhere Canelo's ever said, I want to fight there, he's fought there. So when he said he wanted to fight in Mexico City, they did that. When, even before, when Billy Joe Saunders was playing around about the ring size at AT&T, they had John Ryder in Arlington as a backup, but there was rumors even before Billy Joe Saunders that John Ryder and Canelo would fight in London. So I feel like Canelo could fight Shiraz in UK. And for Bud, this is not bad as when I say it, but I feel like this is a ride off into the sunset if he wants to. Now, I'm not saying what these brilliant people said can't be done, but if you just knocked off the biggest name in the sport, accomplished mad history, undeniably a historic boxing figure now, why mess with that? In my opinion, I think if he did retire, nobody would hate on it. I've seen tons of boxing analysts and pundits say these guys have nothing left to prove if they did want to retire. However, I feel like Bud's at the age, just got the money. If he chooses to, like Tiff said, Canelo, Jake, or Floyd, but if he doesn't get those, what do I have to prove? And maybe he just rides off into the sunset on a mic drop. But that would be what I think on those two. We'll see.
And I think it is inevitable. I think it is inevitable. I don't know how soon it'll happen, but at some point, Canelo and Jake Paul will get in there against each other. I think it's inevitable because that money is too easy. That money is too easy.
Hey man,
that money is too easy. Also, besides that, I should have mentioned this before that, as I really would not be surprised to see Canelo make a play for a cruiserweight belt against either Jack Badu or Badu Jack, or against Zerto. I think the road to doing that and the politics in that is going to be tricky because they're going to need to be significant things in the weight clause and rehydration and stuff like that. But I think he's going to get one of those dudes to bite.
Jake Paul's 15,
but the thing is, that almost happened. That almost happened. With Badu Jack. So you know what I'm saying? I think it sounds like a matrix. It sounds like a web. But just the Canelo being the money man in the sport, being the face of the sport, and just being somebody who I think we can all on this panel concede or acknowledge, however you feel about it. Canelo has been good for boxing, and because he has been good, he can continue to be good. Now him fighting a Jake Paul, him boiling somebody down to win a cruiserweight title, with us purists, we're gonna pick that apart, and we're gonna have a lot of cause to speculate, and that's gonna be a source of a lot of conversation on not only on this show but around the whole social media strativerse with people who just know and love boxing. But the thing is, Canelo has the masses.
It almost happened.
And those voices, those loud and those passionate voices with the Mexican flags draped on their shoulders, will turn out to see Canelo fight an 8th grade girl from a Catholic reform school. They will show up to see Canelo fight a fucking circus elephant. Because Canelo has been everything to boxing in his era. So what we're speculating, it's limitless as far as what Canelo can do, and in each and every one of the scenarios, there is a guaranteed bucket of gold that Canelo will continue to rightfully cash in on.
Yeah, man, there is so much that could be in store with all of this. And you know, so one thought that I have, and call it a wild thought, but and this isn't Canelo. This is Bud that wasn't mentioned. That I just just for the sake of the dog in that man, I feel could be a small possibility that he just offers out. I feel like he go fight the fucking Charlos and beat they ass, like because he's that type.
And I'm here for it.
Because he's that type of petty ass dog.
He's here for it.
The type you remember? Hey, I shared it. You remember the one where he pulled up with the Monte Carlo with the smoke, burning the smoke. Hey, he want that smoke, and you saw what happened after the Spence fight.
You next.
You next. You right there.
No, but I'm fighting Canelo. I already got a fight.
And see now, and that was the thing. Like you said, Tim, he dropped them belts. He dropped them belts because he knew what was coming, and he went and got the payday. I mean, of course, he got the bag. He sold the belt for the bag, but he knew what was coming if he didn't do that shit. And we wouldn't even got this Canelo fight. We may have. I mean, it may have been after he accomplished 3-time undisputed, because that's what he was after. He was after that, after the Spence fight. That was it. That's what we were talking. That's the reason why he took this fight. I mean, yes, money, the fame of Canelo, all of that, yes, that's included. But the trajectory of it was, okay, this was my next step, Charlos, to get this undisputed after I just fought Spence and told him, you are the next one that gives me my next Infinity Stone. You sold that Infinity Stone and ran off for the bag. Okay, so now I got to figure out where's the next Infinity Stone. It was Canelo. So he said, all right, give me that 1.5 years. Now, I feel like the type of dude that Bud is, the competitive nature that he has, the dog, the like just that, even, and I'll say this to preface it. It was all class from Team Crawford, all class from the beginning to end. A lot of people, why did he come out to the Desperado and all that? A lot of haters that didn't really understand that, to understand that it was actually paying homage to that and the Mexican the holiday, and it wasn't like a troll attempt. That wasn't what the intention was.
And the dude who stung it was his childhood friend.
Yeah, exactly. His childhood friend that he grew up with, that they trained with. Yeah, like all of that. This was no troll attempt. This was actually paying homage. This was putting his people on, being loyal, like So Cold Nelson, designing everything that had to do with it. All of this, he gets it out the mud. He keeps it loyal. It was real spilled all the way through. So like when it comes down to that, another piece to it is the humble approach post-fight in the ring, the humble approach when it came to, but I'll also say it had a little bit of scent of alpha to it, of the giving the belts back publicly. The belts get given back. It's usually something that's in private and all of that. Yes, it was in public, and it was humble. It wasn't like some arrogant nothing at all. It was all class. It had a little bit of scent to it. Like, all right, here you go, Canelo. Here you go. Here's your belts. But go ahead, go.
But I see. Now that you mention it, yeah, what I'm saying. But Canelo's reaction was, what I'm saying, as if that was a reaction like me and you would have had a reaction. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, to me, that was like, oh, they, you know what I'm saying, they friendly. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They boys. You know what I'm saying? And the way Canelo's kids, and that was almost like an Uncle Bud thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can tell these two have been around each other. You know what I'm saying? These two been around each other. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not necessarily besties, but these two, you know what I'm saying? These two have had interactions on a friendly level. You know what I'm saying? These are two dudes who didn't really hate each other.
Right, exactly.
You know? They had to see each other, though.
Yes, exactly to that point where yes, that respect is there. The class was there all the way through. Like they know what they came to do, and they did it, and they made history, and it was what it was. But at the end of the day, you still got that little bit of hey bro, yeah, yeah, a little bit of that. But hey, man, I could see that type of nature. I could see him saying, you know what? Because honestly, just like Kilo said, he has nothing to prove. Nothing. There's really nothing out there other than, and Courtney, to your point, I didn't even think about like that 2-fight connection to make it a 4-time. Shit. Like that is one. Like if you could end up pulling that together where it is quickly for him, because that's why he went for this one. But if he could do it very quickly and make something, you know, stepping down and do it 4 times, but that's also why I see like, all right, he could take maybe if he was gonna fight some more. The only thing I gotta prove is where that motherfucker at that was talking that shit that I didn't get to go finish. and go and say, hey, I'll give you a payday. Come let me beat that ass. and put him on display and wax him off with them Charlos. So I mean, you know, we can see what we see on that, but man, yeah, this was definitely one for the ages. We got some stuff that's coming up though. So before we jump off here, we got some stuff that's coming up soon. Hey, we seen some new announcements with the Zone. We've got the fight with Virgil Ortiz, Erickson Lubin. We got that one. What is it? November 8th, right? I believe it's November 8th, Dickies Arena. It's gonna be here in Texas. We for sure gonna be in the building trying to make that one happen and representing up in there. We seeing some new announcements that's coming out from that one as far as that one goes with Virgil and Erickson Lubin. You know, Kid Austin, yeah, and JoJo Diaz is being announced and some others, but yeah. So what y'all think about that card? We just go around real quick around what we think what's gonna happen with that card and just general thoughts on that one. So the Virgil Ortiz and the Lubin card. Gary, where you at?
It's my boy Verge. Erickson Lubin's a decent fighter. I still think there's levels to this. Lubin may be competitive to a degree, but ultimately I think he's going to get stopped. Virgil looked human in the Boachuk fight, but that was off a layoff. He wasn't. I mean, that wasn't the best Verge. He came back. He bounced back. Looked great. Lubin's a fine fighter. But every time he's really stepped up, and I'm counting the Ramos fight as a loss. He lost that fight. I don't really care. Like he lost that fight. Why? I don't think it's going to be. Ooh, sorry about that. I don't think it's going to be too difficult for Verge. I think Verge gets a mid-round stoppage.
Y'all know I'm a villain. y'all know I'm a villain.
There's no way you're taking Erickson Lubin.
I know as far as this panel and you know, saying in the relationships that we masterfully forge on here, and that like, yo, Verge, that's the homie. Oh, you know what I'm saying? That's basically the homie. But the thing is, I ain't never met dude. I don't know dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure if I met him, he would be. But like since that, so I'm going with the upset hammer.
You don't actually believe that. You don't actually. You're just arguing for the sake of arguing.
I see Hammer getting at him, bro. You know what I'm saying? That Boachuk fight. You know what I'm saying? I think Boachuk got at it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I really believe Boachuk got at him, bro.
Go back. He's good. He's competitive. Go back and watch it. The only rounds he really wins are the rounds he knocks him down in. It really wasn't that close of a fight. But
I understand the homie, but I'm standing on business. I said what I said, yo. Hammer. I think you'll say.
Right.
I think he's going to finish the job that Bobuchuk wasn't able to do, man. You know, hey, I like Verge. I think Verge is going to be generational. I think Verge is special. I think Verge is going to do that with an early loss.
So what do you think of Eric's? Like, if you think Verge is this good, where do you rate Eric's and Lubin?
I've referenced this fight before. The Costa Zoo, Vince Phillips. I think that's going to be it right here. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this.
That's going to be it right here. And
how good?
And the thing is, you know what I'm saying, Costa went and got his loot back against Vince. You know what I'm saying? I think that, you know what I'm saying, that's probably going to happen. But, you know what I'm saying, hey, hammer.
Let me ask you this. How does he do it? What's the blueprint? How does Lubin beat Verge?
Same way Bobuchuk was getting at him, yo.
Okay. You really believe this? You if you had to bet your money, you would take Eric to Lubin.
Hey, you know what? Hey, we are all asked for our opinions on this panel. Gary, you know what I'm saying? It's not the first time me and you have disagreed. I know Steven disagrees with me. The first lady sitting over there like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So I know I know she knows I'm full of shit right now, and that's fine. That's fine. But again, I said what I said. Hey, put me on wax. Hey, hammer time.
Hey, Tommy. Ask Steven what I told him. Hey, Tommy, ask Steven what I messaged him the other day.
Oh, what was it?
No, we just talked, and then there's fighters where it's like you like both of them. They're both your guys, but you're just going to ride for one over the other. So I am interested to hear, leading into Courtney's segue, where Tiffany, where she's going to land on this.
I immediately told Steve as soon as I seen that fight, I said, oh, it looks like we're going to be on opposite ends again for this fight. I told him I was going to be with Erickson Lubin and he was going to be with Virgil Ortiz, plain and simple. And he said, yeah, we can agree. So we did come to a understanding that we like both fighters, right? But I am going for Hammer. I don't have the reasoning that I'm going to tell you yet, but I am rooting for Erickson Lubin to win. He's always in title eliminators. It's time for him to get a title shot, actual title shot instead of an eliminator shot. So I'm rooting for my guy, man. I got a personal relationship with him too, just like you guys have with Virgil Ortiz. So I got to rock with the homie.
Keep it rocking. Gary, where you at?
On what one?
On this one.
On the Verge?
Oh shit! You already said, right? You was the first one. You was the first one. Oh, Steve-O. I'm trying to preserve Steve-O.
No, it's good, man. Like, okay, so we saw everybody and their mom in Vegas except for Tiffany. But one of the great.
Hey, the first lady of boxing, man, she was over there getting it in, and you know, we was trying.
But hey, Steve-O, hey, don't act like you didn't curb me at the AT&T during the Spence, you know what I'm saying, fight, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, walking with your hyena, you know what I'm saying? Hey, nose up in the air. It's like, damn, Steve, I know you got a bad one, but you can't even say what's up. Like,
Is it a bad?
No, okay.
Don't act like you ain't posh. Don't act like you ain't posh, bro.
Courtney, I'll just say this. I got a lot of fans out there, and sadly, I don't have time for all of them.
Hey, I might be one of them. I'm in the closet, bro.
I'm like, I show speed. I'm trying, chat. I'm trying, but we're moving. No, but
I was hurt. I was hurt, man. I was a little emotional over that, man.
I
had something on my arm too, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to show mine off too, man. It's like, yo.
We did meet. I was one of the guys on outside of AT&T Stadium. All right. So enough of playing. I'm just joking around. So one of the guys we did see was Erickson Lubin. I got to give him this. That guy has the best smile in all of boxing.
Oh, handsome. Oh, my God. Very handsome guy.
We took a picture, and his teeth are beautifully symmetrical. Like I was lost in just his smile, and I was like, this guy's nice. But anyways, long story short, he was so humble. He was so nice. Everybody was there. Me and Tommy were there hanging around him all night, bro. Everybody that walked up to Lubin, He took a picture. He talked to. He gave time. He loved Tommy and I's shirts. He was like, "Oh, you got to get one of those." So we got stuff cooking for Lubin. However, saying all that, Lubin being the nice guy that he is, nice guys don't always finish first, and that's just sometimes how it happens. You know what I mean? Like Tiffany said, like he's had all these different opportunities, and you're good if you're always there with the opportunities. But sometimes, Bud Canelo, there's just a better guy at that time. And I'm not saying that stuff can't happen. I'm not saying in boxing we don't have flukes, because that happens. But in the same regards to Tiffany and Lubin being her guy, is the same regards with on the Virgil side, where I do believe Virgil gets the dub. And I understand what Courtney's saying with Boachuk, how it was a tough one, but sometimes styles make fights. There's some guys where one boxer's going to fight this guy and he'll just beat him every single time, and then you'll have Barrera Pacquiao, where it's just let's see how this goes, because these guys just bring out the best in each other. So with all that being said, I have Virgil in this one. I think he pulls it out. I think Kid Austin gets a dub, and I'm interested to see the rest of the card on the shakedown. So maybe we can see a lot more homies on the card, but I got Virgil on this one I would say, I'm going to say either late TKO. I'm going to ride with late TKO, 10 or 11.
Okay. All right. Hey, man. Shit. I don't know who I got on this one, man. Like
you can't ride the fence. You ride the fence, you get waxed.
I'm not riding the fence. I ain't about to ride the fence on this one. Okay. So I do think that this is gonna be a serious card, man. Like I think that this bout, not the card, we'll see what happens with the card, but I do think that this bout is gonna be something serious. I think that I do see probably, I'm going to say 9.5 Virgil stoppage. I do see that in the beginning of this fight, I feel that Lubin will pose a little bit of some problems for Virgil a little bit. I think that his style will give him some problems just as far as how Virgil starts his fights. But I think that once Virgil's motor gets going and he gets tagged by a couple of them nice pop shots, nice well-placed shots from Lubin, I think that's going to trigger him. And I think that it's going to end up, triggering that motor to where he really gets going. He starts punching from all angles. He's digging to the body. He's already put a lot of that body work in the beginning of the fight. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's gonna be a tough fight. It's gonna be interesting in the beginning, but if I gotta put a dime on it, I'm gonna say ninth round, Ortiz. Yeah.
Okay, Tiffany and Courtney. Since we're 2-2, and obviously Gary can get on this too, we got to do a friendly shot wager or something for the winner.
I took my shot.
I don't gamble anymore, man. So you know what I'm saying? Like it's
Okay.
not gonna be monetary, you know what I'm saying? If I gotta come out here and sing the Mexican national anthem or something like that,
I apologize. But something where just a gentleman's wager, if you will, and a first lady wager or something that we'll do for that fight.
You got to spar for 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
She's trying to kill some old men out here.
I'd be over to you.
But I'm not in a run club every night.
Come on, Canelo. Them silk sheets, bro. Them myriad pajamas.
I'll do this, man. You know what I'm saying? For if Virgil pulls it out, man, I'll wear some Virgil Ortiz merch on, you know what I'm saying, on the episode, like for 3 episodes.
3 episodes?
Hey, he said 3. It don't matter who we talking about. 3 episodes. We're gonna be talking about somebody.
I'll do 3 episodes.
And he gonna just be with Virgil shit on.
Hey, Steve, though, if Lubin pulls this out, you gotta. I need you to come with the either the Lubin or the Hammer Time bandana.
Ooh, all right. Yep. Hey, look. Hey, you see him? He pointing at the bandanas.
We got stuff rocking with both guys, so that's why it's tough. Both are good dudes. So
yeah.
Me and Tommy got some stuff cooking for both gentlemen. But Tiffany, you can wear the shirt too for 3. I'm just messing with you.
I like Virgil Ortiz, so if he just got to pay me like on the back end. So like, no, I'm just playing.
Well, I know Gary will be there. I'll be there. Tommy will be there. So we'll be in the building.
Yep.
We'll FaceTime y'all for sure.
Hey, Gary's still mad at me, man. Hey, Gary's still mad. Gary might never come on this show again.
I'm gonna come on for the victory lap because you don't honestly believe Erickson Lubin is gonna beat Verge. It's all good. Erickson,
you hear
this? Yeah. Hell yeah. That's what's up.
I'll be back for sure. What is November 8th, right? That's what it is. November 9th. I'll be here.
In the building. Right here, ready to report. That's what the hell I'm talking about. Hey, parting shots for anybody, any shout outs, anything that you want to do. We already know. We're gonna kick it to some shout outs. I mean, I think we all know.
Hey, amazing and blessed time being back on this panel and on this Friday corner. Much love to everybody from Steve Okilo, First Lady of Boxing, Gary. You already know you, my dog. Hey, Tommy. Shout out to those who couldn't make it on. The Architect, Aaron Sorial, the Money Man, Michael Gomes. Always shouting out Daniel Pena. And all our past and present guests and panelists, and just keeping in with the international flavor of what we witnessed last Saturday, be that on Universal on Netflix, and me holding it down out here in South Korea. I've taken a lot of flack for my slacking and shouting out our international audience. But saying, hey, definitely shout out to everybody on the ground with us. United States Forces Korea and the local populace out here in Japan, China, Hong Kong, Macau, the Philippines, everybody rocking with us in Canada and Mexico, Australia, New Zealand, in over the South Pacific and everywhere else in between. Gotta also shout out Egypt and South Africa and everybody who's continuing to rock with us, and cannot forget our UK fans, either Mike Archie, Roy Bennett, representing UK and Hong Kong as well. Hey, we love you guys. Thank you so much for continuing to carry us global, and please continue to rock with us on this movement. Like I say always, tell a friend. Hey, tell them to tell a friend. Hey, bring your neighbor, your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your baby mama, your baby mama's cousin, significant other, your kid's daycare Head Start teacher. Hey, bring everybody. This is a movement. We rocking. It's not going to stop. We're here to stay.
Hey, that's what the hell I'm talking about. And hey, just another one on the on that international tip. One that we love. One that we love. Our boy, Brandon Griffin. Happy birthday, bro.
Absolutely.
Happy birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, Brandon.
Happy birthday, bro.
Hey, you started this shit. We love you, man. Hey,
Definitely. Big supporter, big pusher when it comes down to that international movement, when it comes down to all of the followers across the globe. Like, hey, he was one to put on big time. So happy birthday, bro. Appreciate you, dog. Hey, Gary, what's happening? What you got, man?
Shout out to the whole crew, the whole Standing 8 family. Y'all are the best. It's always a pleasure and a privilege to be on with y'all. I'll be back November 9th. Book it. But shout out to all y'all. You guys, best podcast out there. Appreciate y'all.
Hey, always, man, always respect, love, always. Hey, hold on. I'm about to catch you slipping, right? You probably got on some slides or something. What you got?
I
What you
got nothing
rocking?
on my feet. I got
See,
socks on my
I
feet.
told you I'm about to catch your ass slipping.
Did you see?
Yeah.
Did you see the mambas I had on when we were at the band fight?
You ain't catching me slipping though. You ain't catching me
He's
slipping,
on top
bro.
of his game.
You ain't catching me slipping, bro.
Always.
I knew I was about to catch your
I'm
ass,
just
bro.
a baby sneakerhead. Your sneaker game got
See,
me
I knew
blown
I was
out of
about
the
to.
water.
I knew I was.
Just a
I knew
baby
I,
sneakerhead. I'm
I
still
knew I
in
was about. I knew I
infancy.
was about to catch your ass. See, I see. I was like, he got some slides on or some shit. He over here like a news reporter. He ain't got no. He got jeans on with the suit top and shit. Yeah. Hey, appreciate you, big dog. Thank you for joining us as always. Hey, we love and support everything that you do, all your content, all your insight. You know what I'm saying? The hard work that you do and you put in for boxing overall, man. We love and appreciate everything that you do for us and for the game. So 100%, man. And everybody, please make sure y'all follow Gary at 3D Boxing. So, hey, one love, dog. Tiff, what's happening? Holla at us.
I want to shout out the whole Standing Eight family. Of course, Aaron, he's not here. Shout out to Gary for always coming in and bringing great energy as usual. Shout out to everybody in the comments on YouTube, Facebook. Thank you for engaging with us while we're on the show. So we appreciate that. Shout out to my boy Bud, 3 times
Hey.
Omaha, Nebraska. Shout out to him and Canelo Alvarez. Thank you for putting that fight on. I want to shout out Ohio Runs Boxing, Camp of the Greats, ITR Boxing. And then we had some kids from all over that are competing at Tulsa, Oklahoma at the Nationals. And I had one kid, his name is Ian Dyson. He is Pee Wee male, 60 pounds. He won his first national title today. So
Hey.
and then tomorrow we got a few kids from Cincinnati that they like 17 times national champions, man. I don't expect them to do anything but to go get the gold. Hopefully they get it. We got Marshawn Higgins. We call him Dollar. And we have Yaya Metz out of Real Deal Boxing. They are
Yeah.
for gold tomorrow. And then we also have Nolan Huntley. He's fighting out of Cincinnati Golden Gloves with Rashid Warren as a head coach. And hopefully he gets the gold tomorrow too. He's like 18 times national champion. Really good fighter. And we have some other kids from all over Ohio, but I'm just representing Cincinnati. So shout out to y'all and thank you everybody on the panel.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, man. Hey, the first lady of boxing representing that shit. That's what's up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ringside Ruiz. Let's go.
So my first shout out goes to Courtney. Big congratulations on his upcoming nuptials. So man, that's a once in a lifetime thing. You find somebody that you want to share your life with. So shout out to Courtney. Shout out to your lady. I'm sure she's such a tremendous lady. Shout out to Aaron. He's not with us, but Aaron Soria, who's always helped us get this show on the road. Tiffany, the first lady of boxing, like she's also she's like Jason Bourne trying to track her down, man. Like we're in all these same spots lately and I can't get a photo for nothing. I can get a picture with Winky Wright in the Las Vegas Mall out of nowhere, but I can't get Tiffany a photo with her knowing her location in Vegas. But shout out also Gary, 3D Boxing, beat the house with Gary, like on his Facebook, his channel. They're always giving some good boxing bets. So shout out to Gary. Tommy, always my brother, my road dog in a lot of this. And I'm going to finish it up with this. Me and Tommy been working real hard, burning that midnight oil, putting a lot of stuff together. And our brand is out there. Our merch is out. We got our website. So I'll let Tommy plug the website. But we're out there, man. And just support the brand because it helps us support fighters and keep shows like this going. So big time, help us out if you can. If not, share our stuff, give us a heart, give us a like. That also helps big time too. So shout out everybody in the chat and let's just keep it going. More boxing, more legendary stuff. Like I said, flowers to the man that win, and then we keep it going.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Ringside, as always. And yeah, man, like, hey, just for me, all of you all, Courtney, Tiff, Ringside, Gary. Thank y'all for this episode, because I can't tell y'all, man, I was fucking hyped for this shit. I've been ready to go for this motherfucker right here, man. Like, one, just to get back on it, you know what I'm saying, to get back at it. Two, once in a lifetime, and the shit that we fucking experienced and what happened. Three, just because we talking that boxing shit, like straight up, like this was real. And so thank y'all for this. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Gomes. We about to dig. We gonna dig up in the crates. I've been already saying we going back in the crates. We about to dig up the petty cash videos and all of that shit, so we can share them back out with all of this shit. When this shit started, when we was talking about all of this, we've been talking about this, man. Hey, this is a long time coming for this one right here. Thank you to all the supporters. Thank you to all the boxing fans. Again, Steven Ringside, he mentioned, we launched the brand. We're about to make that shit happen in a major way. You don't know shit about boxing, ydksab.shop. You can hit that up. We'll make sure that we post that out. We're gonna have many more designs and all that stuff coming when it comes down to that. But overall, man, like, we talking all of this shit about boxing being dead. Nah. Nah. We've been talking that. Hey, people have been saying that shit for years. Courtney, you smiling because you already know, man. Folks been saying that shit for years, dog. Like, boxing is dead. Okay. Well, what we sharing right now? Canelo just made as much as UFC's whole fucking organization in a fight. Man, get the fuck out of here. Y'all talking about boxing is dead. Y'all better tune in and get glued in, because we about to bring this shit. We're going to keep talking this shit. There's plenty of us out here. There's plenty of us to eat. There's plenty of space. We about to have fun with this shit. We're going to enjoy it. There's much more to come. We got many more events in store. And we're going to bring y'all that real shit when it happens. So, appreciate all of y'all. Thank y'all. It's been episode 129 of the Standing A podcast, and we out. Later.